everyone, I'm Vicky, welcome to my channel. If you are new, please hit that subscribe button. If you are already part of my little sub family, thank you so much. So today's video is going to be a book versus film. As you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, I'm going to be looking at A Fault in Our Stars by John Green. So I did attempt to read this book quite a while ago, but for whatever reason it just didn't entice me, and I have also watched the film once before, but I was left with a few questions. I don't know if I just wasn't watching the film correctly or if that is actually how it ends. So I am interested to compare the two and to re-watch the film. I have finished reading the book, so I don't know what was wrong with me a few years ago, but I had no problem getting into it this time round. I will read you the blurb. Despite the tumour shrinking medical miracle that has brought her a few years, Hazel has never been anything but terminal, her final chapter inscribed upon diagnosis. But when a gorgeous plot twist named Augustus Waters suddenly appears at Cancer Kids support group, Hazel's story is about to be completely rewritten. So this story is about teenage cancer or young adults with cancer. Hazel is the main character and she's terminally ill. But the doctors have found like a miracle drug, and it is preventing her cancer from spreading, growing, developing. So she's still really ill, but she's not getting any worse. So that is her life at the moment. She's also forced to go to teenage support group. This is meant to help combat the depression that young adults with cancer feel, and it's a way for her to interact with people her own age. So when she does go to the cancer support group, on one occasion Augustus is there and they just hit it off. They just hit it off straight away. So it is a bit of a romance, like a bit of a love story with these two characters. But obviously they've both got cancer and both classed as terminally ill. So it has a bit of a bittersweet ending, but it's not a sad ending. Yeah, so I don't want to give too much away, but that is the gist of this story if you haven't read it or heard about it yourself. So whenever I pick up a book and the title doesn't exactly describe what's going to happen in this book, I always kind of question why the author went with the name of the title. I haven't researched this is just my opinion and my own thought process, but I have interpreted The Fault in Our Stars as when something is meant to be or two people come together, then it's classed as your stars aligning. So I see that as their stars haven't aligned because they've come together but then continued passing. Like I say, I could be absolutely wrong with that theory. I haven't researched it, I haven't checked it out. That's just my opinion and how I interpret the title of this book after reading it. So I just thought I would leave that with you. Due to me already seeing bits of the film a few years ago, I already kind of knew what I was going to be expecting from the book. What I will say is, at this moment in time, the book sort of filled out a lot of spaces that I felt was missing from the film. And if you have ever lost somebody and you have seen them slowly deteriorate in front of you, then the author has written it really well, because one of the characters who does deteriorate, it is true to life. That is exactly what happens. They become weak and slowly unable to do more for themselves, and then the weight loss and the muscle wastage and the constantly sleeping sort of thing. So yeah, that is true to life, which has been written in here, which I feel as if that was missing in the film. Like I say, I haven't watched the film yet. I'm trying to do this as I want to give this a proper reaction and proper review before I watch the film, and then I can compare the two as to which one I preferred and things like that. So I did really enjoy this book. It's not all doom and gloom. The way it is written really well. There's a lot of humour inside it. There's a lot of like comedy bits. So yeah, it made me think. It did, but it didn't bring me down. I do have to say that it was a book that I didn't really fancy reading on an evening, like on a night time before bed, but I did read it during my break times at work every single time. So yeah, it was one that had me hooked, but I wasn't in a rush to get through it. So I did enjoy this story, but at the moment I'm not sure whether I will revisit it. I will catch up with you in just a minute. So as promised, I said I would return after watching the film version of The Fault in Our Stars. I thought the film was okay. It's just like a nice easy one that you can stick on and you can just easily follow it. You can leave the room to go for a drink or look at your phone and then come back and still sort of understand what's happening and follow the storyline. It does try to follow some of the key parts of the book. But obviously a film can't fit everything from a book in there, so I do feel as if it does speed through the entire storyline very quickly. And one of the things that I think lets it down is the ending, or towards the end of the film. When I talked about the book, I mentioned how I liked the fact that it was kind of true to life with the end of life stages and you being able to see someone deteriorate. Whereas like I don't feel as if they really gave that justice in the film. It just sort of ends abruptly, which I kind of understand why it does that. But yeah, I don't know. It didn't really captivate me or move me in any way to make me want to spend more time watching the film. Like, if it's on, but it's not going to be one that I decide like, oh yeah, I really want to watch this. But I'm pleased that I spent time comparing the book with the film, because out of the two I do prefer the book. I thought the book had a lot more humour as well than the film. But yeah, that's just my personal preference. If you think differently to me, or if you have also compared the two, the book and the film, just please let me know in the comments section what you thought, what your opinions are. I love to read your comments. I will reply to you. It may take me a while to get round to replying, but I will reply. But yeah, that has been my opinion, my version of The Fault in Our Stars book versus film. So if you've watched this till the end, thank you very much. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Hopefully see you again soon. But for now, goodbye.